Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Miami Dolphins. Two teams here playing for pride as the final week of the NFL season is underway. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Terrell Suggs in on the tackle.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On 2nd down, Elliott found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Minkah Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the first-round pick out of Alabama.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. Now here's the first carry for DeMarco Murray. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The play fake. He'll look to throw. Connects with Sanu right side. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A first down carry by Elliott. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
He'll look to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Charles Harris in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. They'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And his kick is indeed good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So a nice opening drive on the road. You get the 3 points. Part of you wonders if that might hurt them later not getting into the end zone.
But the good thing is, still first quarter. And they didn't come out of it with points. In a sense, they can look at it positively and say, hey, we set the pace in this one. I think that's how they'll go about it.
They go play action here on 1st down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. A 2nd down throw for Cousins. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Cousins. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after, either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
They run with Murray. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. Or call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
They'll look to throw here. And this one brought in by Gathers. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. He got 29 yards that time. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. In for the score. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sean Lee able to run him down for a loss of a yard. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to give kudos to the defense. Boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
So here's the kickoff now as he'll return for a score. And out come the Dolphins now. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, it's Drake. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Cousins. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And now here come the Cowboys. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. A big run that time by Elliott. 41 yards. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The give is to Elliott. Pushing it. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And they will finally get him down. And now penalty flags coming in as well. And they might get half the distance here to boot. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Following the penalty, it's Murray. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. DeMarco Murray, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great Great space for the runner to get in.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Here we go.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Cousins on 1st down. And incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's got that one complete to Darboh. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Jared Cook, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
They start on the ground with Elliott. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
No, Jack, Patriot!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. First down, Murray. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. They go back to Murray on first down. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. William Hayes. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
Now let's go. Blue landing.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Where's the hot? Rhino! Where's the hot?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to let this one go. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he'll get this up to about the 40. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A first down throw for Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. On second down, Cousins again. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, we're good.
On third down, Cousins. And he's got his man. It's Darboh. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First down. Here's Cousins. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Hey, 382, Liz 50.
They go play action. Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Throwing is Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know they had good coverage downfield, but you have to wonder, on 3rd and long like that, how does that happen, that they can get that far downfield and complete a pass? You got to guard the sticks, understand where you are, so it's almost like someone fell asleep at the switch. And now that the play's been completed, they've got to dust themselves off on defense, pick it up, and figure out how to not let that happen again.
Cousins. Touchdown, Miami. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this 3rd quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. 42 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Set. Green, 39.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. His throw caught right around the 6. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And this This one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
One man in the backfield, Murray on second and goal. He'll drop to throw, and he fires one incomplete. The intended receiver, Tavon Austin, and it's 3rd and 4.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
Lucky 56.
They'll drop to throw. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th. They're looking for a spark defensively. When he went for that ball, probably thought he had a chance at the pick. Now, remember, they had 2 last week in the win. Obviously losing here.
Well, you're talking about looking for a spark, and the best sparks are when you make big plays for your team, and he had that opportunity there. Couldn't haul it in, but that doesn't mean they're going to back off at all. They figure if they can get one of those takeaways, they can spark their team to a win.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Here we go.
Cousins to throw it. Trying to lay one up deep. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
A toss to Murray. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
All right, now 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. Third down here.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
The Cowboys on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 14.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up a throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
Back now in Miami. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack onto their lead as we get set for the 4th. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Looking to throw. And his pass incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They come out here in the eye.
Leopard! Leopard!
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The return man is Grant. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Second and 10 now from the 27. Throwing again, Cousins on second and 10. That's complete to Darboh. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Dolphins on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps them pick up the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Second down, Cousins. Brought in over the middle by Glenn. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Taco Charlton in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. On play action, Cousins. Going for the deep ball. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. From the gun, here's Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing, so they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. Back across midfield, 3 yards away from midfield. the 47. A handoff. It's Murray. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. The tackle that time by William Hayes. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here we go. 26.
Now it's the backup Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Anthony with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He'll boot it away from about his 35. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Dolphins' offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the 1st down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Play fake. Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
47. 26.
Again to Elliott. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Keep playing hard, fellas. All day. Whoa. Let's get it. Here we go. 488.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. And they take a knee. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. And they will take a knee here. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Cowboys, they finish off the season with a victory, which is the good news. The bad news is had to wrap up a dreadful 4-12 campaign. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. And with that, we sign off from Miami.